Who wants to do another sealed? I do. I do. So I attempted to do a. Well, first of all, before I tell you the failure story. Um, oh, hey, Elspeth. Um, Here, let's enlarge this. This is a good. Wow, look at that. Good screenshot. That's a good JPEG for the old whatever the YouTube video. Anyway, so I did a sealed and a draft off of the air, so to speak. I didn't record it just to see, like, hey, I wonder if I'm affected by the recording thing, like if I think slower or whatever. Um, I won both of those events in a row, so I would assume that's uh, a bit of evidence towards me being better without recording, but I'm sure that's the case with everyone. Anyway, I never used to think that it actually affected people, but I think this is maybe. Anyway, onto the cards. Let's talk about Elspeth. This card's insane and probably wins the game if it's on the table for more than 2 turns. So I would really like to be in white if possible. If not possible, oh man, this just looks good. Ghostblade Eidolon. Last Breath maybe main deck. I don't know. Sealed tends to be bigger creatures, slower decks. This is extremely aggressive. I like Hold at Bay in the aggressive decks. Like Revoke Existence main still, even though I think I have run into some issues at this point with that main, but it's still good. So I guess the question is, what are we splashing in here? And here's a good clue. Battlewise Hoplite, another very, very good heroic creature. So we're looking at maybe doing that. A Null might be a fine main deck card. I don't know. We can't be playing this Evanescent Intellect, but we can be playing these awesome cards. Ooh, the deck builds itself. I hope the audio is going to be good on this one. I moved the microphone a little bit. Well, I moved it a lot a bit. See if I could get better audio quality on my voice. Not that it was horrible last time, but I was picking up a lot of the keyboard mashing sounds. So I'm going to try and avoid that this time. So this deck's neat, but short on cards. Like, what if we put in these and this card's awful. Like, Great Hearts may be playable. What did I just do? Ugh. Like, I do not want to be. I don't want to be playing Great Heart. I don't want to be playing this crap. So, Brawler, Claim of Erebos. These cards. Oh boy. So these 3 black cards are the only ones that I see are playable, and they're all like very, very good. Sorry, this is playable, but not very, very good, as is the Servant. Transformation may be playable. Obviously, Claim is good with the Servant, so that's worth considering. I don't mind controlling decks in Sealed, especially if our aggro plan doesn't come together, but it looks solid. I will need to splash a color, so that we have Traveler's Amulet for that. And it might just need to be 1 card, so maybe not the worst. Thunder Brute, he's pretty good. Got a Phoenix, gotten all the mythics. So red has quite a few things that I might want. Let's take a look at all the red cards that might go in with the white, I guess, is my thought. Because we can certainly splash blue. And if red is more consistent, I would certainly like to be in that kind of deck, maybe. I'm no longer a fan of this card, but we'll talk about it. We will discuss it. This Phoenix seems sick, as does Thunderbrute. I'm questioning why it arranged the cards like it did, since I was on cost sort, but whatever. Whatever. And I'm seeing a few good things as well in green, so we'll get around to that. So what am I seeing in this? Let's color sort real quick, see what we got. We have a lot of red cards. That would mean our red needs to be our main color. I don't like that. Let's cut all the things that are like unnecessary, I guess. Oh, man, I like this brute, but no, the brute's too good. Can't cut the brute. Can't do it. Maybe I can. I don't know. What does it look like without? What about, all right, so what cards would we want in? We wouldn't want this, maybe this. I'd want all, maybe not divination, though it seems very good. Got that. That's not enough cards to cut. I don't know. Let's put that on the. Is the Chimera worth considering? I don't know. Maybe. Let's put these for now all off to the side. Let's see what green's got for us. All right. The thing I'm looking at most right now is Noble Quarry. This card, basically 2 turns in a row will force your opponent to block just it after you bestowed, which is nuts. Like, it's just absolutely off the charts insane. You can get crazy things to happen with it. The green is already seeming much better in the, oh man, Hunter's Prowess. This card's nuts. This is nuts. This is fine. This is fine. I was just to go a little bit bigger. But do I want to go bigger? Maybe. Anyway, I was going to say Noble Quarry, yeah, it just like forces them to block this one thing twice in a row, meaning you can just be about as aggressive as you want. Kyora's Follower, I don't think that has a place in this particular deck. It would if I had a bunch of, say, inspired guys and maybe, let's say Springleaf Drum, or something. I don't know. We certainly don't want to run. I was going to say black, but yeah, I mean, we're essentially running it for Hythonia the Cruel. And Hythonia is much more control-y than I would like to be. I want to be the aggressor. Let's take a look at this deck real quick. In colors. All right, let's take out the non-aggressive cards. Divination is crazy good, though. It's kind of difficult to look at a 3-color deck for me. I'm not sure why that is. You know what I want to do? I actually want to take out the Nemesis just because it costs double green. I love the card, but it's, it's like we need to make some cuts, right? And what do I want? I want these like cheap things that can suit up easily and time to feed with this. Seems good. Do I want Wave Crash Triton? Maybe not. Let's take that off to the side for now. This is stupid. This card's stupid. This guy is maybe not the craziest thing ever, though I've undervalued him in the past, and at this point, I consider him a very reasonable add-in to a deck, to any deck. Noble Quarry versus this. They both need to be in the deck. This needs to be in the deck. This. He's too good. Yeah, he's good. It's quite good. Very, very extraordinary. He'll beat your face in with his teeth, and then he'll bite your leg, and oh, he's poisonous, and you're screwed. All right, sorry. Went into a little ditty, but not a P ditty. I tend to not go into P ditties. Let's take out this Battle-Wise Valor. I know that seems strange, but like, let's take a look at all of our like activators for heroic here. Doom to doom. That is a heroic guy. He's not an activator. Time to feed is an activator. All of this activates. All of this. It's just like so much activation. So much activation. This is the part of our deck that activates heroic. I have heroic here, here, here. It's not that exciting. Maybe I'm not on a heroic build. I don't know. This still seems aggressive though. Like, you do not need to be like, look at all our bestow things. That's just fine as is. Do I want hold at bay over revoke existence? I'm unsure. It's really unclear. Looked at the Setsin Starbreaker and thought I missed a Setsin, what is it, Courser? Gets +2 counters. But it's obviously the incorrect cost, so I'm not sure what that guy is actually called. It's something. It's something. I'm sure he has a name. Alright, so do I like this deck? Yeah, I do. I like it a lot, actually. I think it has insane stuff going for this. Like, come on. You can't... I'm sorry, I pulled out the wrong card. You can't beat this crap. You can't. You can, but I'd like to go on and on about it. All right, let's add land. Oh, let's cancel. Now let's add land. Add land. Aslan. Suggest. It would like to suggest 8 plains and 4 of the other 2 forests and islands, and I'm really okay with that suggestion. What's happening here, first of all, I talk about this frequently when I build draft decks, and this is one of my biggest problems in draft that I need to work on. It's very important for you to draft or to in any limited to have a main color, right? Because typically you don't get a lot of fixing. Here we got a few good fixing cards, but typically you do not get a ton of fixing. And what needs to happen is that your main deck, if I could color sort here, your main, like these cards need to get cast, right? Like this is the base of your deck. If you cannot cast these cards, you lose the game, right? So the base of your color needs to come from like these lands, right? So you want your lands to be stacked in a similar way to your deck. Here, let me pull out a curve, for instance. Like we actually don't have anything. The Asp is on curve. It was emissary. Omen Speaker is on curve. These are the only 2 things we need to drop on curve, right? The rest can be dropped either on curve or off of its own curve. They can be cast for 6, for example, on bestow. So they're not necessarily on curve, and you can also not cast them on that turn, right? But you need to cast all this stuff the turn you get it, right? Which is what I mean by on curve. Okay, so what we have here is we're leaning heavy into white, so we're assuring ourselves that we can cast all our white spells that's necessary to the deck, because almost everything in white is on curve, except for like Hold at Bay, which maybe could be replaced. I actually kind of like the Griffin, but I don't know. It's not very aggressive. It is good, gets card advantage. Might do the Griffin. We certainly have enough to activate Heroic outside of that. It's like Hold Bay is quite good, but this Griffin though. That Griffin though. And I'm fine with this deck. Like, we'll see how good Hold Bay is. We can always change this in between games. If we ever draw a Griffin and just like wish it was something else, then, you know. I don't know. Cost 5, it's a 1/4. Sometimes value isn't worth it when the card sucks so bad. But it is a flyer to hold some of our bestow things. Oh god, it's painful. It's also it's just a flyer it's like, let's create some soldier tokens. I'll block with a soldier token on your turn. I'll swing with this flyer on my turn. Like, it's just, you win games like that sometimes. It's also a blocker. I'm fine with this Griffin. I don't know how much better it is than a Hold It Bay, but I would rather have another creature, like a permanent, I guess. Maybe Hold It Bay is better. I don't know. I don't freaking know. Don't freaking know at all. So all creatures power 4 or greater. I just wanted to read that. Do I want divination? Maybe divination is just the card. Sorry to completely just go left and right and up and down and all around. No one knows what I'm doing. There's all sorts of reasons. I know you're going to get frustrated with my inability to stay on just one card. What I'm thinking here is, all right, Hold It Bay is like, it's solid. Like, it comes in handy in a lot of situations. I've undervalued it in the past. I think it's quite good for an aggressive deck like this. It also activates Heroic. This card brings back almost everything we have that's relevant. So that card's good, right? It can also hold Bestow and just fly in over the top and win games. Like, it's good to have flyers, okay? So these cards are both good. And then Divination, I'm looking at Divination. I'm like, yeah, we're an aggressive deck. I probably don't want this, but at the same time, let's generate card advantage. Let's find more things to activate Heroic. Let's find Elspeth. That card wins the game. If we can find Elspeth consistently, I think we win every game, Very difficult to deal with Elspeth. So I'm going to say Divination final answer, Regis. Or who's the... I didn't watch Millionaire after Regis. After I was like, I don't know. I was very young. But whoever does it now. If it's on the air at all. I think it's on Game Show Network or something. I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry. She looks a bit like Katie Couric, but it's not Katie Couric. Anyway, let's I'll see you in round 1.